First lesson of the year.
This is not the first lesson of the year. The first lesson of the year was yesterday.
I did.
Aw, poop.
Second lesson of the year, guys. First is the worst and second is the best, so you have better choices.
Here we go.
Action.
Hey.
There we go. Alright, so did we finish graphing this one yesterday? Okay, are we sure?
Yeah.
Did we shade?
Maybe. No, we didn't shade.
Okay, would you shade above or below? Above, because it's greater than. Alright, so we're going to do one more where we have to solve, and then we're going to graph 2 new kinds, and then we're going to work on our project. So if I say 3x minus 5y is greater than or equal to 10. What do we need to do first? Is it in slope-intercept form?
No.
So what do we got to do?
You're going to find solve for y.
We got to solve for y. So what would we do to solve for y?
First, you would subtract the 3x.
Subtract 3x.
After a whole.
Going so fast by subtracting that 3x.
Is this on that page that we were working our problems out on? Alright, so then we have negative 5y is greater than or equal to negative 3x plus 10. Now, why is it a negative 5y? Because you carry the y with the minus with it.
Because you are subtracting it, so you bring down the negative sign. Now, is my y by itself yet? So what do I need to do? Do I divide everything by negative 5 or one of the things? Everything. Now, since I divided by a negative, what do I do to my inequality sign? Flip it. Alright, what is negative 3 divided by negative 5? 3/5. Good, Sam, take a point. What's 10 divided by negative 5?
5. Negative 2.
Minus 2. Alright, let's graph it. Does everybody see how we got that? Are we sure? Do I need to keep that?
No.
Are you sure?
We'll turn it off.
Why are y'all laughing so awkwardly? Alright, so where do I start on this? Because yesterday when I graded some of yours, some of y'all started in crazy places. Can you get it together? Oh. Where do I start on this one? On the x-axis or the y-axis? On the y-axis because it's the y-intercept. So I go down 2. And then what do I do from there?
Up 3, right, right.
You go to the right because it's positive.
No, the line under the...
Dominic.
Oh, yes.
Jeez, bro.
Oh, remind me to go over our math workshop. I got excited.
Yes. Cheese.
Because of tacos. Alright, now, am I going to connect this with a solid or a dashed line?
No, solid.
Why is it solid? Because it's got a line under it. It's equal to.
That's what I did. Your lines didn't get through all the circles.
And then do I shade above or below?
Oh,
Below. Now, yesterday some of us shaded in the incorrect area. This is less than. That means it's below it. So you shade everything below this. And if I said that you needed to check it, what would you do?
Find a point that's inside the shade.
It's inside the shaded area, and then what would you do with it? Plug it in. Fantastic. Any questions? Why are you so frustrated?
because we didn't go over our bill numbers yet.
Okay, let's pause and go over math workshop. Sweet potatoes. Yes, darling. No, darling. Alright, number 16. You should go down one first, and then what do you do?
So up.
5, right 1.
You don't go over anywhere. Over's not a direction.
That's right.
Alright, and then I connect it. Doesn't matter.
You're all the way down.
It's an equal sign, so it needs to be a solid count. I mean, it's... Player, get it together. Alright, now what do we do for number 17?
Up, sorry.
And then,
Up,
do it again.
Yes.
Can you stop? Alright, and then for this one I need to solve it, right? So you subtract the x and you get negative x plus 6. You divide by negative 3. So that's 1/3 x minus 2. Why is it a positive 1/3?
Negative and negative.
A negative divided by negative makes a positive. Alright, so I go down 2 and then I go up 1, right 1, 2, 3. Up 1, right 1, 2, 3. How many of us got all 3 right? If 2 people at your table got all 3 right, give your team 2 points.
I see what I did wrong.
If everybody got them right, 4 points.
I got 2. What if we got 2 right?
All of them.
2 right. Hey, I showed you this. You said it's good, and it was wrong.
You should have gone down.
I know.
Sorry. What on?
You get it all.
They should be in the second drawer.
You get all right. Wow.
It's just the tables now.
No, I just asked you.
Okay. So, do we need to graph any more inequalities that look like this? Are we sure? Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to graph horizontal and vertical lines. So if it's a vertical line, what axis does it pass through?
Why?
If it's a vertical line, it's going up and down, so it passes through the x. If it's a horizontal line, what does it pass through? Alright, so if I told you that x was less than 3, and I wanted you to graph this on a coordinate plane, which axis is it going to pass through? It says x, so it's going to pass through the x-axis, which means it's going to be a vertical line. So this is what our graph will look like. It is not a trick question. Alright, so is it a positive 3 or a negative 3? It's a positive 3. So am I going to go left or right? I'm going to go right 3, and I'm going to put a dot. Now, since it says that x is less than 3, we don't have a slope. It's just a vertical line that goes straight up and down. Is it going to be a solid or a dashed? A dashed line. Good. Take a point. You didn't. And that's it. That's all you do. Then we shade. Now, it's less than 3. So what numbers are less than 3? To the left or to the right? To the left. So you shade everything this way. Dun, 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 dun. What? What is this way? Yes. What do you think that's going to look like? No, honey, the equation. It's going to be a y problem. Good, take a point. Alright, so y is greater than or equal to negative 2. Magic.
What number is it?
F.
That's the letter.
Nothing gets past you. Put it at the bottom, in that bottom right hand corner. Make a baby
Don't
one.
have enough room.
You can do this. I have all kinds of faith. Alright, now, it says y is greater than negative 2. So is it going to go on the x-axis or the y-axis? On the y-axis. So are we going to go up or down? Down. I don't know where yours went. All right, so go down 2, put a dot. Now, is it going to be a vertical or horizontal line?
Horizontal.
And is it going to be solid or dashed? Can y'all try to not answer like I'm killing you?
Well, you're marking me.
You got it.
I just saw a guy in the chair.
He's lying to you. All right, do I shade above or below? Because it's greater than. Onomass and then project. How about that?
Wait, what is in the mouth?
One more.
I'm black, I don't know Spanish.
That has nothing to do with it. No, it doesn't. Pass him the crown. Pass him the crown.
Bro, we're doing another one.
X is greater than negative 4.
I really don't know.
It is all gone.
Put it on.
Why?
I want y'all to do that one without me.
Yeah, it's all gone.
Why are you plunging?
This is big. I mean, my head is big. My hair is fluffy.
You look beautiful.
I knew you always were. Oh my goodness.
I'm like,
This better be off.
It is. We all already told you that it's off. You ruin everything. Everything.
I'm a dog. Perfect.
Is this one going to be vertical or horizontal? Vertical, because it's an X.
Hard drive. Flash drive?
Are you done with this one?
corn.
Yes. It's greater than, so find the numbers that are greater than negative 4. That's it.
Somebody say something stupid, please.
What?
Something. 2 plus 2 is 5. Pumpkins are fruit. And we'll shoot crown. Oh, that was good.
She's not gonna give it to anyone now. Show us someone.
Solid or dashed?
No, dash.
And are we going to shade to the left or to the right?
To the right.
Because it's greater than.
I still haven't got my
Yes, you can.
Alright. So you graph each of the following lines on your graph paper. And this matters. The signs matter. So watch your signs. Watch the signs. If it's greater than, you'll use a dashed line. If it's greater than or equal to, what will you use? A solid line. So you're going to draw the lines to the edge of your paper, and you're going to graph them all on one coordinate plane. So you're going to have a piece of graph paper, and you're going to use a dark marker, and you're going to make a big X and Y axis in the middle. Across the whole thing. Please wait before you start working on stuff. Just listen. Now, you are not going to shade until you've graphed everything. And you're going to graph each of these in a different color. So I would mark like this one's going to be orange. This one's going to be pink. This one's going to be blue. But we're all using different colors. And you're going to graph those using that color. Does everybody understand? Yes. No, you have markers in your drawer. Third drawer of your tower. Yes.
Wait, so like you know when we put dots or whatever.
Dash lines.
Yes, that. Are we gonna just do it that color?
Yes.
I'm a little. Okay.
Okay. So, may I please see your piece of graph paper? Thank you. Stop that. So you're going to get your graph paper. And down the middle, all the way, in a dark marker of some kind, you're going to make your y-axis. And down the middle, in a dark marker, you're going to make your x-axis. And then you're going to graph the line. After you have graphed your line in a color, you're going to take your dark marker and you're going to label it. So if I had... I'll go back there and get my notebook in a second. But you're going to label each line. So write that down. Label each line. And what I mean by labeling is you have to write the inequality on the line. Does everybody understand? Once you have shown me your paper, then you can shade. You cannot shade until then. Does everybody understand? Alright, start graphing. I will show you an example that I did in first period in just a second. Yes, sir.
Can I have a bathroom?
Yes, now that we're not in the middle of a lesson, you may. You have to leave your phone though.
Why do you have to leave your phone?
Because 2018 is the year of no bathroom selfies.
Nothing bad.
No, they're not. They're literally the worst.
I'm not taking a bathroom selfie.
That's not. What if there was a person that
No.
accidentally turned around?
No. Stop it. Weirdo child.
That's normal. What are you talking about? Oh, take that little.
Alright, so this is what I mean by label it. You see how my x and y axis goes across the entire thing? And then I did this one, and it goes across the entire thing. And then I labeled it with y is less than 12. Isn't it magic?
Yeah.
Trying to figure out.
No.
Look at my head.